We gotta go to the movie theater place. We gotta go to the hotel or motel or whatever. And then we have to go to one other place as well. Alright, let's leave this titty typhoon. Motel. I just remembered I never went inside any of the rooms in the motel. Plus, I don't even know where Hyoko's room is. It might be faster just to ask someone. There we go.
So you have...
You're here, right? Come on out. Huh? Are you talking to me? I can see you. Did you really think you could hide your presence like that? I wasn't trying to hide it in the first place. Hey, which room was Hyoko staying in?
Listen well.
Open the door to the center room. However, are you prepared? Make sure you pray to whatever god you hold dear, and you might want to bring an extra pair of underwear. The heck? I wonder, how does this guy talk to his parents and teachers? Alright, Hyoko.
Damn right.
Hey, Hajime, can you explain it to me again? What happened when you first discovered Ibuki's body? It was the same as when I found it with you guys. Ibuki's body was hanging from the baton lighting. However, there was no body discovery announcement made. That's why I went to get you guys. I met up with Chiaki at this motel, and when we were about to go back to the music venue,
Get it?
we met up with Mikan and me. And when we went back to the music venue, the entrance door wouldn't open for some reason.
I see.
So we had no choice but to break down the door and discovered Hyoko's body was suddenly there too. Yeah, that's what happened.
Hey.
This is the most important part. When you arrived at the motel, who else saw you besides Chiaki? As I recall. Didn't you hear me? A body was found. Could it be? Do you intend to spread lies like Nagito in order to confuse us all? Besides Chiaki, I also saw Gundam and Monomi.
I see.
I see, so Kazuichi and Sonia didn't appear, huh? Do you think those two are suspicious?
Like...
Well, Hyoko was killed between the time you saw Ibuki's body and when you broke down the door, right? So obviously those two are the most suspicious since they weren't with us. Thank you, Thunder. That might be it, but while we're at it, let me tell you my alibi too. When the morning Monokuma announcement woke me up, I went straight to the hospital. I saw Mikan panicking in front of the hospital. I asked her what's going on. She said Ibuki disappeared. So you guys split up and looked for Ibuki, huh?
Well, yeah.
While we were circling the island, we came to the motel and saw you guys there. Did you see anyone else while you circled the island?
Well.
No, we went straight to the movie theater in that street full of machines to look for Ibuki, but we didn't see anyone. Are you implying I don't have an alibi because I didn't run into anyone? It's unreasonable for you to doubt me. The time that Mikan and I were on our own looking for Ibuki wasn't very long. In that short time, there's no way I could have killed Hyoko and wrapped her around the pillar with duct tape. It's true, I feel like there wasn't enough time to do that after I left the music venue. But the fact is, Hyoko was killed and we did discover her body.
Huh?
What, do you still doubt me?
Jeez.
Well, I'm used to it. It's true I've done things that I deserve to be doubted for. So don't worry, even if you doubt me, I don't plan on dismembering you and encasing you in concrete. I don't want to know in advance what I'd have to do to end up like that. Alright, we can go in now. Looks like it's locked. The key was inside her kimono. Maybe if I use this. It opened just as I thought. This key was Hyoko's room key. Alright, I should go inside. So Hyoko was staying here. She only stayed here a few nights, so it doesn't really feel like her room, but I feel a little conflicted. Oh, she's here.
Oh my!
Huh? Did the door open? Yeah, Hyoko put the key in her kimono, so I used that to open it. I see. What, did something happen? No, it's just... I'm starting to believe it might be my fault. Her fault? What does she mean? Yeah, what are you saying, Sonia? The moment Hyoko came to this motel, she completely shut herself in this room. Hey, Vegeta! She was afraid of the despair disease. Oh, she was afraid of the despair disease, so she was cautious of you guys too, right? However, her fear of the disease was not the only reason she locked herself in this room. She had another reason. Besides that disease, what other reason would make her lock herself in her room?
Perhaps.
Her kimono. Her kimono. Yesterday, I went to go talk to her. Since she had been in her room for some time, I told her it might be good for her to go outside for a bit. She kept the door to her room locked, but by coincidence, it was not locked at that time. And then I saw it. Uh-oh. Hyoko was crying and struggling with her kimono sash. She did not want to smell bad, so she took a shower, but then she could not tie her sash anymore. Oh yeah, it's because what's her name? Used to do it for her. And now she's dead. So Mahiru is no longer with us, so I believe she was having trouble with it. Yeah, Mahiru, there we go. I forgot her name, yeah. She didn't leave her room because she couldn't tie her kimono, huh?
You are right.
The others might have thought it was just a silly sash, but it must have been a serious issue for her. Hiyoko told me that she learned how to tie her sash from Mahiru. That Mahiru kindly taught her the basics. That's why she wanted to be able to tie her sash on her own.
Perhaps.
She probably could not forgive herself for not being able to do it, especially since Mahiru taught her. I could not really understand her feelings, which is why I said what I did. What did you say? My throat feels raspy. Ugh.
Hyoko, by chance, are you having trouble wearing your kimono?
Stupid! What are you saying? Of course I can do it! Because Mahiru taught me. That's why I can do it on my own.
If that is the case, how about you do it someplace where there is a mirror? Do you remember the full-length mirror in the storage room at the music venue? If you do it while standing in front of a large mirror, I am confident you will be successful. Also, shutting yourself in your room like this may be bad for your health.
That was when she kicked me out.
It cannot be.
Could it be Hiyoko remembered that? Are you saying she went to the music venue to wear her kimono? I can see that happening. Hiyoko locked her room and made sure she put the room key inside her kimono. Can't imagine that. She was abducted by someone. What time is it for me now? It is... I am in Eastern Standard Time. So it's 12:30. What time is it for you? I can't imagine that she was abducted by someone. If so, that's weird. Hey, did you tell anyone about that before the incident, or was someone listening in on your conversation? I never told this to anyone, and I do not believe anyone was listening in on our conversation. If that's the case, how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue?
However...
Anything else in the room? But how did the killer know Hiyoko was going to the music venue? Either she did it or someone overheard. Only Sonia would have known. Yeah, right? Okay, let me just check the room. There's a mirror, but it's so small and rusty. There's no way anyone can use this. I don't see anything that looks suspicious. Alright, what's with the bed? The bed isn't messed up. Doesn't look like she was abducted in her sleep. The case this time is an imitation case in which the killer used that movie as their theme. I wouldn't know, I haven't watched the movie yet. Are they gonna make us watch the movie? I see, then you really should watch the movie first. Didn't Nagito say that he would rather pay like 1,000,000 yen or something than to watch the movie? And now we have to watch this boring ass movie.
Hey!
Hey, manager, customer's here.
Did you call me?
Uh-oh. Hajime is the customer? Do you have a problem with that?
What are you gonna do?
And you said you didn't want to watch it, but I knew you wanted to see it all along. If that's what tsundere Hajime looks like, then you're really a tough guy. You were so devoted to being tsundere, you even bought the Monokuma sticker for $1.5 million.
Huh?
You paid $1.5 million for a sticker? It's nothing.
Listen
In
up!
exchange for not watching this movie, Hajime paid $1.5 million for a Monokuma sticker. Come on, since we're talking about it anyway, why don't you show it to Nagito? Stop it. But my resistance was in vain, and Monokuma reached into my pocket and took the sticker. See, it's this one. I'm sorry, I was born stupid. You bought this for $1.5 million? But in the end, he's still gonna watch the movie. Who cares about that anymore? Just hurry up and give me an invitation ticket.
Here!
Okay, here you go. It already says so on the invitation ticket, but it's only effective today at this time. By the way, I can only give away 1 ticket per person. You only have 1 chance to watch it for free. I've already stamped today's date onto the ticket, so you won't be able to cheat. Don't worry, I only plan to watch it once.
Look forward to it.
And I'll go prepare the
okay?
projection reel. Please wait a bit, okay?
Hey,
Oh, Hajime, about that invitation ticket. I strongly recommend you keep that safe. Oh, why? No reason, just think of it as a protective charm. What is this guy saying? I guess I should just wait until Monokuma finishes his preparations. It provides reminds me, that item should be on top of the counter. It's the bag used to put over her head. Buki's head. This one looks like a tote bag made of hemp cloth with a decal of Monomi's face on it. Ah, did that catch your eye? It's an all-purpose tote bag useful for a variety of common tasks. It's a limited item, only one person can have it. If the tote bag is gone, that means...
What's this?
Whoa there, were you interested in buying that tote bag?
Too bad.
Well, that's just too bad. It's already sold out. Who'd you sell it to?
You're
Stupid.
So
There's
stupid.
no way I'd fall for that. There's no way I'd say something that'd reveal who the killer is. He basically gave me a hint. He basically told me that whoever stole the bag was the killer. Wow. So the killer bought it? Ah! I remember you said there was only one because it's a limited item, right? It's not limited to one. It's more like it's limited to one person. What's the difference?
Hey,
When you buy one bag, you get another one free. It's a common practice to bait customers with bonus prizes. So there's 2 bags out there. What? For some reason, hearing you say that pisses me off. Does that mean there were 2 bags?
well
Now then, I should forget that I carelessly made a slip of the tongue.
now then.
Looks like the preparations are complete, so please enter the theater right away.
I can't wait.
This is
I can't
exciting!
wait.
Exciting! Hey, Mr. Prince! Alright, let's go watch this boring movie. I apologize for keeping you waiting. World-famous director Monokuma presents a stunning masterpiece that reduced American audiences to tears. The Wizard of Monomi 2.5D will be screening shortly. From the title alone, I have a bad feeling about this. 2.5D. That sounds so half-assed.
Now then, please relax and enjoy the film.
Alright, this is gonna be important to our investigation here. This is important. Everyone watch.
Monokuma was born in a remote village full of old people because the death rates outpaced the birth rates.
I am enjoying the game. Not as much as the first game
One
still.
day, Monokuma was swept up by a tornado created by a helicopter gunship during a routine military exercise.
Also, how are ya, Quiggles? One day Monokuma was swept up by a tornado. Okay.
And
watch
was
this movie.
whisked away to Monomi's country. Monokuma wanted to return to his homeland so he could go back to pestering the old people for change. So he began his journey to see the wizard Monomi, who was rumored to grant any wish one desires. Along the way, he met a very loyal group of friends. Monokuma met a Monomi scarecrow who was missing a brain. When he recommended that she commit suicide, the Monomi scarecrow
God.
hanged herself and died.
Okay. So, Ibuki hung herself? Or...
He also met a Monomi lion who was missing her courage, so he pumped her full of arrows.
is that the equivalent to her being tied to
He
a tree?
also met a Monomi tin man who was missing a heart, so Monokuma sliced her into lumps of iron. After a lot of other stuff happened, Monokuma finally reached the wizard Monomi, the great and powerful. Eventually, one thing led to another, and he started beating the crap out of Monomi.
Oh, no.
And in
Where's
the
this going?
end, he somehow usurped the kingdom from her. With this, Monokuma enslaved the old people, took their pensions, and lived the rest of his days in luxury.
Wow. Nice story, bro.
And he lived happily ever after. The end.
Oh, God. Yeah, I was supposed to go out last night, and then I didn't. So I had a boring night. I should have just streamed, but it's okay. But yeah, movies are the best. That drama was so moving that I needed 2 boxes of tissues, 1 for each head.
So,
Now then, let's meet again at the class trial.
bye-bye.
Bye. Too disgusted to even let out a sigh right now. That's all I can say to describe the situation. So, 3 murders. How was it? Actually, I don't even have to ask. I totally expected your reaction. That was honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Is it even okay to call that a movie? But thanks to that movie, now you know, right? Yeah, just like you said, the characters who were killed in the movie matched the victims in this case. Boogie's death by hanging matched the Scarecrow's death in the movie. And not just that, but Hiyoko's suspended body matches the lion's death too.
But
It would have been a complete imitation if the killer killed 3 people, but it seems that wasn't possible. Perhaps the killer's upset about that right now, or if the killer's main goal was just an imitation murder, they should be upset about it, but I'm not sure if that's even true. Okay. Oh, we have to go to the hospital too, right? I don't know. We had to go to a 3rd place. I don't remember which one it was that we were supposed to go to though. Oh, these people we haven't seen the whole time. Hello.
Well,
I feel like I haven't been here in a while, even though it's only been a few days. Hey, you repaired the surveillance camera unit, right?
hey,
Yeah, so? I didn't make any weird modifications or anything. It's not like I'm suspicious or anything. Didn't you get this from that shady looking alley where all those machines were lined up?
right.
Yeah, I just tweaked it a little. Then if there are other surveillance camera units, would it be possible to transmit a signal to the hospital from those cameras too?
Man.
No, that's impossible. Originally, surveillance cameras and surveillance monitors are only used as part of the same unit. The video that was filmed with the hospital camera can only be viewed on the hospital monitor. The video that was filmed with the music venue camera can only be seen on the music venue monitor.
Hey.
But if I left it like that, we wouldn't have been able to communicate, so I decided to swap the cameras. What? So that's how you guys were able to view the hospital footage from the music venue and vice versa. However, each surveillance camera unit manages its broadcast based on a specific number. So even if you bring the same model camera or monitor, you won't be able to interfere with the signal. Meaning, even if another surveillance camera exists, it'd be impossible to broadcast with it.
Huh?
However, I didn't just swap the cameras. I modified them and increased the wireless range. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't have been able to use it. You're right, you did work on that. So no, I feel like that what this means is that they did not switch the cameras, because you can't. I'm assuming that's what that means. So it's not like someone swapped the camera and changed the signal and blah blah blah. It was like the same camera. Wait, what did he say? I should investigate the lobby first. Really? There's a surveillance camera unit on top of the reception desk. As long as the music venue's surveillance camera unit is destroyed, it's impossible to broadcast with.
Hajime.
Hey Hajime, there's something I want to ask you. You first discovered Ibuki's body at the music venue, right? But why did you go to the music venue? You had a reason for that, right? Did you see something with this camera?
That's right.
Oh, I also wanted to ask you that. It'd be different if the surveillance camera unit could record, but it's only good for household functions.
Hey.
Tell me, Hajime. Yeah, that's exactly it. I saw a strange video in that surveillance camera unit. It showed the music venue stage. There was a black curtain hanging like there is now, but the whole display was pretty dark because they were just using candlelight. There was rope hanging from the ceiling, and beneath that there was a stepladder on the floor. And right away, a person wearing a hospital gown and a hemp on their head appeared. I didn't know who it was because their face was covered, but now I know that must have been Ibuki. She walked straight to the stepladder, and without any hesitation, she would climb that stepladder of her own free will, and then she grabbed that rope, and that's all I saw. The candlelight being used must have been snuffed out or something because the screen went dark all of a sudden, and it wasn't displaying anything anymore.
Man.
Well, if the candlelight goes out, obviously nothing will show up. Modern surveillance cameras have infrared functions, so things can still show up even in the dark. But the one I got from the machine alley was a really old model. Ah, hold on.
Well,
At the time, you said you didn't know the person wearing the hemp bag was Ibuki, right? Yeah. You didn't know it was her, but you saw she was trying to hang herself, so you rushed over to the music venue to try and stop her. But I didn't make it in time.
Hey.
Still, if she climbed the stepladder on her own, does that mean she committed suicide? Wouldn't that mean she's her own killer? Ibuki committed suicide? What do you think, Chiaki? There's no doubt Ibuki climbed the stepladder on her own, right? Yeah, there's no doubt. If so, hey, don't think for so long. If you don't know, just be honest about it. Well, of course she doesn't. There's no way we'd be able to figure that out so easily. Oh yeah, I need to investigate the conference room on the 2nd floor. I'm heading over there. What the heck? She ran away all of a sudden. She said the conference room, but why would she mention the conference room all of a sudden? Hey, Death No Pain. Also, I might just be overthinking, but did she seem a little upset? Do we call you Death or do we call you Pain? Oh, there she is.
Now then.
Phew, I'm finally getting back to my normal self. Hajime, help me out with my recovery. You can touch my boobs if you wish. No thanks. She was bearable when she was quiet. It'd be so much better if she was still feeling the after effects. She'd beat me up if I said that out loud. Anyway, why are you here?
Hey, hey!
Well, I've never been sick or hurt before, so I had no idea, but hospital gowns are pretty comfy. I was thinking I might as well keep wearing one. Don't tell me you plan to wear hospital gowns from now on. That's the idea, but it looks like they're out of stock. It looked like there was one gown for each patient's room, so I thought there'd be more in the empty rooms. There weren't any gowns?
Yo!
Yep, that's right. Ibuki died wearing one, so the only one left is the one Nagito was wearing. If I have no choice, then I should just use Nagito's. It's a unisex size, so I'll probably be able to fit in it. Hold on, what happened to the gown you were wearing?
Huh?
Are you saying I should wear the one I already wore? That's gross! Wearing clothes someone else was wearing is even grosser.
Like,
No time to dilly-dally. I totally left Mikan back at the music venue. Crap, I gotta go back soon. Well, it's okay since I already investigated the music venue, but leaving her on guard duty was a bad idea. Where was the gown she was wearing? Because if she... Hold on. Were they healed before the Ibuki was healed? Because if so, I'm wondering if someone like stole her gown, used it, pretended to be Ibuki, and then, but it wasn't Ibuki. Like, I'm wondering if maybe the person who like stepped on the stepladder wasn't Ibuki, and the killer just making it look like it was until like the screen went black, and then they like murdered her. But they tried to make it look like it was a suicide. But I can't, like, obviously the game isn't like graphic enough to show her hanging herself, but I'm wondering if, I don't know if it's established that like we saw her actually get in the nook and hang herself, or if the camera turned black beforehand. I don't know. I don't remember. I do not remember. Alright, here we go. What's this? It's pitch black. I can't see anything. Where's the switch?
Hey.
Don't turn it on. Huh? Jackie, are you there?
cause
If you turn on the light, it's gonna be fully exposed. It'd be embarrassing. What's fully exposed? Yo, I'm kind of scared.
hey,
Hey, Hajime. If you poke out your eyes, you can turn on the light. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna poke them out? I'm not gonna poke out my eyes.
aww.
Aw, bummer. Troll fail. No sooner did she finish saying that, I heard the dry sound of curtains being drawn. There was a flash of intense light that stung my eyes a little. I squinted my eyes until they started adjusting to the light. And I saw Chiaki had finished opening the curtain that was covering the window.
Hey, hey.
Were you surprised? Surprised, I don't get it.
Well,
I got it. Got what?
see?
The curtains in this conference room were designed to completely block out light. There's a projector in here, so they were probably careful about light shining through.
See?
See? A black curtain that blocks light, and it's also long enough to reach the floor. It's perfect. A black light blocking curtain. That's why it was so dark. So was something wrong with it? I'm still in the middle of investigating, so it's a secret. Yep, she's upset. But still, what was all that about? I bet about it being embarrassing if I look and troll fail.
Nope.
I just wanted to mess with you. Yep, she's definitely upset. Why is she acting so childish? I guess I'm done investigating the hospital. I should move on to a different place. Is it time? Oh no!
Hello! How's everybody doing? It's me, Monokuma! Yay! Awesome! the class trial's gonna start, you know. So, make sure you guys come to Monokuma Rock ASAP.
Oh,
I'll
geez.
see you soon.
What do you mean already? I did a lot of investigating already, Thunder. It's already time. So this again. I need to go to that place again. But now's not the time to be a coward. The reason Ibuki and Hiyoko became victims, in order to find the truth, the only thing I can do is go. Alright, let's go! Everyone who heard the announcement had gathered in front of Monokuma Rock. And soon enough...
Welcome!
Is everybody here? You guys want to go to the class trial? Hey, jerk, hold it right there.
Monomi's
What?
such a dumb child.
Don't get in my way. You're just a dumb little sister who's short a few brain cells.
Hey!
My brain works just fine.
Hey!
Monokuma, what did you do with Nekomaru? I see, so you've come to avenge him. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about Nekomaru.
That's...
Avenge? That sounds like he died. Sounds like you say? Oops. Anyway, since Nekomaru is unfortunately unavailable today, let's just say he's absent.
Bye-bye.
Now then, I gotta go first.
I won't let you.
Ah, hold on, I won't let you escape.
Hey, hey.
Hey, did you hear what he said?
Huh?
Don't worry about it. There's no way Nekomaru is dead. He's just trying to piss us off.
Damn
Of
it!
course he's not dead. There's no way. Not in a million years.
Well,
More importantly, it's best if we worry about ourselves for now. If something happens here, every one of us except Nekomaru will die. What if Nekomaru is the killer? There's no way. We haven't even seen him. There's no way. Why are you so excited about that?
how about it?
Who knows? Maybe I'm just looking forward to seeing poetic justice prevail.
What do you...
What are you saying, fiend? You'll find out soon enough.
See?
Then let's go.
I'm gonna do it!
Alright, let's hurry up and get this over with. Yeah, you're right.
Hey.
Let's go, there's no time to waste. I know it's sad, but we need to move forward, and then we need to end this once and for all.
I'm gonna do it!
Hey, what are you whining about? Hurry and get this over with already. And then we can greet Coach Nekomaru with open arms when he comes back. Alright, let's just go. Roar. We stepped onto the escalator and ascended toward the gaping maw of Monokuma Rock. And that's when I suddenly noticed it. I noticed our lined up silhouettes keep getting smaller and smaller. But I can't turn back now. If I turn back, I won't be able to press forward. And when everyone was inside Monokuma Rock, oh jeez, the elevator began its deep descent as usual. But nobody said a word. As we stood there trying to figure out what to say to each other, the elevator descended deeper and deeper. And when it descended as far as it could go, it finally stopped. The elevator doors opened slowly, almost tantalizingly so. Light poured through from the other side, eroding the boundaries of the darkness. And I walked into that place. My, it feels pretty toothless with all these empty seats. Well, two people got killed at the same time, and Nekomaru is not here either. Is Nekomaru really not participating? If he's alive, you should invite him.
No.
Why bother? What?
Well now.
Now then, let's begin. It's the beginning of the long-awaited class trial. Please enjoy it to your heart's content. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. Ibuki Miyoda, the ultimate musician. She was really loud, but she was the mood maker of our group. When I was with her, all of my pain and suffering just seemed to melt away. Hiyoko Sayonji, the ultimate traditional dancer. Just from looking at her adorable face, you'd never know she was actually selfish and foul-mouthed. But she was trying to change herself, and she was desperately trying to come to terms with Mahiru's death. The person who killed those two is among us. Among us. I definitely can't believe it. But whether I believe it or not is irrelevant. Unless I figure out the truth, I won't be able to escape from this hell. That's why I must find out, no matter the cost. For our sake, for our friend's sake, for Ibuki and Hiyoko's sake. Someone is a sussy back. And so the curtain to the third class trial was about to open. This life-threatening trial billowing with hope and despair has begun. Alright, here we go everyone. Ready for the class trial start?
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And that person will earn the right to leave this island. Oh well, who cares about this boring explanation? Let's get on with it already!
I don't mind starting the trial, but I don't really have a grasp of how the case played out.
That's me.
You know, because I was asleep the whole time.
Oh, morning, Olivia.
Even if you do grasp it, you're
We just
gonna
started the
confuse
trial.
the heck out of us, aren't you?
But Nagito's not alone. I don't really get it either.
You're fine. Your head's empty anyway.
Empty head? Huh. What's wrong with that? Listen up. The emptier your head, the more dreams you can stuff inside it, you know?
Holy boobs.
Anyway, we shouldn't proceed with the trial if those two can't participate in the arguments.
I feel like, isn't it a rule that everyone has to be here? So Nekomaru has to be here, like, hello?
Since he's the first witness, why don't we ask Hajime to explain the incident and the sequence of events?
Then, let's start with when we split into the hospital team and motel team
Oh, they don't have it
because
for
of the
mobile?
disparities.
Damn.
The hospital team consisted of
Can't do
Nagito,
your
Ibuki,
blah.
and Akane, who were
Kitty
infected,
emote.
and Mikan, Fuyuhiko, and me.
The other 5 on the motel team were myself, Gundam, Kazuichi, Chiaki, and Hyoko.
Spending the night at the hospital was prohibited, so Hajime and I had to sleep at our cottages.
I woke up at my cottage on the day the incident happened. Mikan came by to wake me up and told me that Nagito had recovered from his symptoms. We immediately headed over to the hospital, and after we confirmed his recovery, I made Mikan rest in the on-call room, since she hadn't slept all night, while I waited in the hospital lobby. And then, I saw the incoming signal light on the surveillance camera blinking before our scheduled time. When I pressed the button to turn on the monitor, what appeared on screen was a video of someone wearing a hospital gown and a hemp bag on their head, climbing a stepladder.
Amazing! That's such a heart-pounding story! And then what did you do, Hajime?
I tried to stop them, of course. I rushed out of the hospital and ran to where the video was being recorded, the music venue. But it was too late. By the time I arrived, the person wearing the hemp bag on their head was already hanging from the ceiling.
I like never
Thought I
use
should
Twitch
tell
on
the
mobile.
others right away, so I headed to the motel.
Why the motel?
Because it was close to the music venue. And unlike the hospital, there were more able-bodied people there. At least, that's what I thought.
Oh, my
The
arm
only
is
person
hurting.
who came with me was Chiaki.
But I remember feeling a little relieved because not long after, we met up with Mikan and Fuyuhiko.
We were also looking for Ibuki since she disappeared from our sight.
After I rested for a bit, I started counting everyone at the hospital. And then I noticed Ibuki was gone. So I sprinted out of the hospital. Coincidentally, I ran into Fuyuhiko. So I pled with him in various ways to see if he could help me out.
Various way?
Don't say it like that and confuse people.
After I heard from those two that Ibuki disappeared,
Various
I had a
ways.
feeling she was the person wearing the hemp bag. So I immediately led them to the music venue.
But the door wouldn't open. Since we had no other option, the 4 of us broke down the door. And when that happened, we didn't just find Ibuki's body. We also found Hyoko's. And not just that. Her body was taped to a pillar.
That's when we heard the body discovery announcement. Not once, but twice in a row.
And so we decided to lower the hanged body, didn't we?
When we removed the hemp bag, just as we feared, it was Ibuki.
So that's how the case played out. Thank you. I understood it very easily.
Well, it's clear what the problem with this case is. When Hajime left the music venue, who...
Wait, how do I know anything Hajime just said is true? Sorry, I'm only being impartial right now. And the the story I just heard is clearly suspicious.
Get out of here, Nagito.
Hajime, if you're the only one who saw the hanging video, and the first one to discover Ibuki's body, then you could be lying as much as you want right now, right?
Lie? Why would I lie?
Obviously. So you could make us ignore what might be an inconvenient truth for you.
Do you doubt me?
If you're not lying, I would like you to prove it. Come on, try to prove it to me. Prove you're not the killer.
It's just as Kazuichi said, Nagito is the kind of guy who'll just confuse us and make matters worse. Damn it, I shouldn't have explained it to Nagito. I'm in trouble now thanks to that. Alright, it's time.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie, then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
That would also be a lie.
I don't think I can deny that possibility. After all, Hajime's the only witness.
Why would Hajime lie?
Am I the only witness?
Well, obviously, because he's the killer.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie means it probably is Hajime's fault.
Shit. I have no idea, yo.
Hajime's testimony is clearly suspicious.
If Hajime's testimony is a lie,
My testimony's not a lie.
then the fact that Ibuki hung herself...
Why is it not a lie, though?
That would also be a lie.
This has nothing to do with anything.
I don't think I
This-
can deny
Oh
that
wait, is this the one where I have to grab something
After
and
all,
shoot something?
Hajime's the only witness.
I have to grab the truth bullet, shoot the contradiction.
Did Hajime kill both of them?
The fact that the bodies were imitating the movie.
Yes!
No, that's wrong.
Got it! Yes! So good. It's the first time I got it right, like, ever.
I'm not the killer. I mean, there's no way I'd be able to imitate that movie.
Of course you're not. I already knew that.
This guy made me do shit for nothing!
Huh?
Before the incident, Hajime had never watched that movie. His invitation ticket is proving that.
Let's go!
Each
I'm
person only
screwed.
received one ticket, and they're marked with a stamp that shows the date and time. Isn't that right, Monokuma?
Yes, no mistakes there.
Which means there's no way Hajime, who never saw the movie, could commit murders that imitated it. Or did anyone tell him what happens in the movie? Of course no one did, right?
Hold on a sec! You're the one who brought this up in the first place!
Nagito, what are you doing?
Well, since we're opening with your witness testimony, I thought we should solidify the foundation. It also provides a good warm-up.
What warm-up? This isn't a game, you know.
Don't get mad. I just think warming up is really important. Especially since this isn't a game.
What a waste of time. Well, I knew it would turn out like this anyway.
Now then, since we know Hajime's testimony is reliable, let us move on to the arguments.
So this means Ibuki definitely climbed the stepladder all by herself, right?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Then that seals it! Ibuki committed suicide!
If Ibuki committed suicide, then who killed Hiyoko?
A murder coincidentally occurring in the same place as a suicide ain't possible, huh?
Like I said before, it's pretty clear what the problem with this case is. The killer murdered Hiyoko while Hajime was gone, so all we gotta do is establish who could have possibly done that.
Then let's ask Hajime. How long would you say you were away from the music venue?
I couldn't have been gone for more than 10 minutes.
So they killed Hiyoko and taped her up within 10 minutes? There's no way that's possible.
That's why the killer stalled for time by making the music venue a closed room.
What do you mean, a closed room?
The killer blocked the venue door from the inside to try and keep us from entering right away.
However, that door is the only entrance to the music venue, right?
Sandega.
If they blocked the door from the inside, the killer would not have been able to leave either.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Which means, when we broke down the venue door, the killer was still inside.
They were?
If that's the case, the only suspicious people are those who don't have an alibi for that time. And that's you two! Sonia and Kazuichi!
Me too?
What the hell? Why is it gonna be us?
The others all have alibis. Chiaki, Mikan, Hajime, and I all broke down the venue door together. Gundam met up with Hajime at the motel right before that. And if Akane and Nagito were laid up in the hospital, The only person that leaves is one of you.
There's another person who doesn't have an alibi. You know, Nekomaru.
Me too!
Hey, why are you talking like... Huh? You're kidding, right? You're not up to something weird, are you?
He didn't like eat Nekomaru, did he?
Please stop making bad jokes.
I don't know why I just...
Anyway, if the killer was hiding inside the venue,
I don't
we
know.
should obviously doubt the people who don't have alibis.
What a wicked way of backing us into a wall! Is this his professional skill?
Killer was inside the music venue. Fuyuhiko obviously thinks so, but is that really it? I don't know.
The killer was still inside the music venue. By locking the door from the inside.
No, that's wrong!
Really? But they clearly locked it from the inside, no?
There's also a possibility that the door was locked from the outside.
How? The drumstick! I'm so confused. I just completely guessed. I was like, let me just try every answer again. And luckily the first one was it. Okay.
From the outside? How?
There was a semi-transparent glob.
Oh yeah, there was! The goo!
Maybe that's what
Wow, I got really lucky with my truth bullet too, I guess. With the truth bullet that I chose. I don't know. I don't even know. Accidentally, big brain. Yeah, that's me.
Semi-transparent glob. Like rubber, maybe?
It wasn't rubber at all. A semi-transparent glob was probably... glue?
I see!
Oh, thank God.
Semi-transparent glob. Must have been glue.
Glue?
The queen of guessing. Yes!
I think so too. It had a firm, gel-like chewiness.
Oh yeah, she ate
And I
it.
could
She's
smell
so weird.
workshop
Oh God.
chemicals the moment I put it in my mouth. Based on all that, I'm certain it was glue.
I didn't know glue was edible.
I believe it is not something one typically eats.
That glue was only applied to the areas where both doors touch. By pouring it in the gaps of the closed door, they must have sealed the venue door from the outside.
And thanks to that, a glob of glue was left where the door was stuck. Yep, it fits perfectly. But if you just stick them together with glue, you'd be able to break down the door easily, you know? That doesn't really matter. The killer only did that to make us think the door was locked from the inside.
What'd you say?
First of all, didn't that drumstick we found seem really obvious? Almost unnaturally so? It was so obvious that it makes more sense to think the killer placed it as a diversion.
Are you saying the drumstick was a trap the killer set on purpose? Then I totally fell for that fucking trap.
Apologize to Miss Sonia! And me! However, you're not allowed to slice open your stomach this time.
In a quarrel, both sides are to blame. That's why it's better to just have no sides at all.
So, during the 10 minutes Hajime left the venue, the killer murdered Hiyoko and created a closed space?
And they also taped her up after killing her, right?
Even quick work has limits.
Oh, what unimaginable speed for a slowpoke like me.
If they couldn't have done it while Hajime was away from the venue, they must have done it earlier than that.
But when Hajime got to the venue, only Ibuki's body was there, right?
And when you went back with everyone else, Hiyoko's body was there too, right? But it's possible that the body was just revealed at that time, when Hiyoko was actually killed earlier.
Just revealed?
Of course, the body wasn't revealed on its own. The killer did that too. Here, I have proof.
That scrap of paper. Is that what we found in the baton lighting at the music venue?
That's right, but just what is this scrap anyway?
The scrap that was stuck on the baton lighting in the music venue. Now I should be able to figure out what it is. I have no idea. Hangman time. Let's figure it out. Wow, that's a long word. Daily question. What's that? What was the ripped piece of paper that was stuck to the baton lighting? Oh. I have no idea, yo. Ah. I don't know. I have no idea, actually. Oh, what? Ooh. What? Oh! Wallpaper? need an R. Oh god. There we go. Holy shit. Whew.
Scrap. Isn't it part of the wallpaper in the storage room? In the music venue storage room, there should have been black wallpaper that's the same color as that scrap. There was also a tear along the edge of the wallpaper, wasn't there? If so,
You're right. If you overlay the scrap that was caught on the lighting, the tear in the wallpaper.
Are you saying they like wrapped her up in there when she was dead?
See?
In that
It
case, why
fits
didn't let us
perfectly.
like look at it? Or I don't know what the little scrap has to do with anything.
I see. So the scrap that was caught on the baton lighting was originally part of the wallpaper.
And what's wrong with that? Does it have something to do with Hyoko's body disappearance?
A mere nobody like me isn't important enough to answer that. But if you guys were exceptional enough to identify that scrap of paper, you can figure this out easily.
Logic dive. Okay. Oh shit, it's this thing. Oh no. Okay. I forgot how to do everything. Whee! Why did Hyoko's body suddenly appear at the crime scene? It was hidden. It was hidden or it was brought there? It was hidden, I think. That explains the ripped wallpaper, I guess. Let's go with that. What did the killer use to hide her body? The wallpaper. I'm assuming. Because now the curtain is up there. I'm so good at this. I play Thumper. You ever play Thumper? If you look it up, it's like a what do you call it? Like a rhythm game in which you like are like driving this beetle around, like I don't know how to describe it. How did the killer hide her body within the wallpaper? How did the killer hide her body with the wallpaper? Did they form a wall or did they cover the pillar? I feel like we would have seen her jutting out. No, but they had the curtain that was new curtain there that wasn't there before, I think. But if they covered the pillar, she would have totally stuck out. I'm gonna say cover the pillar. I don't know. Does that mean I got it right? I still don't know. No.
it's all coming together.
I guess I got it right then?
Got it. Hyoko's body was hidden before we found it.
But it would have taken quite a long time to tape up a hidden body.
No, the body was already taped up and the killer hid it, along with the pillar using the wallpaper.
What? They hid the pillar?
Yeah, by wrapping the wallpaper around the pillar, the killer was able to create a slightly larger pillar. So when I first discovered Ibuki's body, Hyoko's body was already there.
Really?
However, because it was concealed within a slightly larger pillar, I didn't realize that at the time.
Well, that's
Okay, no
understandable.
problem, Cage fan.
I mean, it makes sense that you'd notice Ibuki's body
I think
right
I have
away.
to go soon anyway, like 15,
So they
20
used
minutes.
the baton lighting on the ceiling to hang the wallpaper?
The baton lighting forms a perfect circle around the pillar. So using it to hang the wallpaper totally fits.
Then, the reason the wallpaper was covered in so many stickers was to make it look like that pillar.
That's how they hid Hyoko's body, and then peeled off the wallpaper as soon as I left the music venue.
But the killer made a mistake. They accidentally ripped off a piece of the wallpaper, and because of that, a scrap was left on the baton lighting.
The killer must have been in a hurry. Their plan took too long. Hajime could have walked in on it.
The dessert roll! Damn! That's so
The
good.
trouble of hiding the body and the pillar is very cold and risky.
But the crime itself would be much easier to pull off since they don't have much to do while Hajime's gone. You just have to peel off that wallpaper and stash it in the storage room. It's not that big of a deal.
Then, when was Hiyoko actually killed?
Good point. And on that note, it's about time we shed some light on those imitation murders.
You mentioned imitation murder more than once. But what is that?
Are you kidding me? You haven't seen my masterpiece? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D?
Hey! Don't put my likeness in your movies without my permission.
You're pretty noisy for someone who eats mothballs.
I don't eat mothballs. I just enjoy looking at them. I knew it. There are so many similarities. It must have been intentional.
Ibuki's death by hanging matches the Scarecrow's death from the movie. Not just that, but Hiyoko getting taped up after her death matches the lion's death.
It's as if both crimes were replicas of scenes from the movie, although the mutilated Tin Man was omitted.
But why did the killer go to all this trouble in the first place?
Based on what we know, the reason the killer chose these imitations isn't that difficult to figure out.
The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie, I should be able to explain that now. Imitated the two victims in that movie? I feel like because they like movies is probably the worst answer, but like what other answer is there? The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie.
Crap!
Oh shit, did I run out of time? My bad, my bad. I forgot to like choose. I was still thinking. I was like, oh no. Okay, let me just do because they like movies. Right? The Wizard of Monami 2.5D is like Citizen Kuma of films. That's obviously not it. I shouldn't just make things up. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay, the reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. Oh. No. Huh? There was an accomplice? Who was it? Hajime, she made things up. Crap! Okay, yeah, true. My bad. He didn't mix up the killing order though. It happened 1 and 2. Why would it be to hide the weapon? That doesn't make sense to me. The reason the killer imitated the two victims in that movie. I don't know.
I see!
The reason the killer imitated two of the murders from the movie was so he'd mix up the killing order.
Really?
Then
But I feel like it happened 1 and 2.
Hiyoko was actually killed before Ibuki?
Oh right, Hiyoko was killed before. We already established this just now. Okay.
A valid line of reasoning.
Yeah, it's valid. The condition of
Actually makes so much
Ibuki's
sense now
body
when I think
suggests
about
that
it.
as well.
Jeez. My bad.
Mean. If you're going to cry and beg like that, then I guess I'll hear about the condition of Ibuki's body.
I'm not even crying.
I'll let you sob as much as you want later. Just hurry up and tell me before I change my mind.
What a jerk!
Oh, I see. You want me to explain it to you, right? Because you don't understand what I'm saying,
That's
right?
my girl, Chiaki.
An even bigger jerk?
Chiaki's my
Impossible.
favorite.
Look, Ibuki died because she hanged herself, right? That means when she was still alive, her feet were touching the floor.
What's wrong with that?
But it seems Ibuki was still standing when Hiyoko was killed. That would mean Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki.
How light. Your words are so light as the sylph's feather.
I don't really understand her point there.
Is out of your league.
But, okay.
It is too absurd to try to perplex me so inadequately.
Man, he's being annoying again.
First and foremost, you claim Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed.
Yeah, what does that mean? Ibuki's feet were touching the floor when Hiyoko was killed. What does that have to do with anything? And how do you know that? What?
How can a low-class creature with no psychic abilities like you know something like that?
Because she was doing something that's only possible if her feet were on the floor.
It
Doing
seems
what?
you suffer from a pathetic
Doing what?
delusion.
You're one to talk.
Anyway, if this continues, we're just gonna talk in circles. I think it's best if we clarify Ibuki's status when Hiyoko was killed. What do you mean? I'm so confused right now. What's going on? What do you mean? Oh, right. There's blood on her soles. There's blood on her shoes.
When
That's how we
Hiyoko
know.
died,
Okay, this might be easy actually.
Floor.
Oh, do we both notice it at the same time when we
Was there
investigated?
any sign she stepped on something?
Yes,
I agree with that.
I agree.
Just as Sonia said, Ibuki stepped on something. That something was blood. There were faint bloodstains on the soles of her slippers.
That is not Ibuki's blood, right? She suffered no external injuries.
That's true.
Then it's Hyoko's blood.
Hyoko's only wound was a fatal slice on her neck. And she died almost instantly, right?
If Ibuki stepped on her blood...
It means Ibuki was still standing when Hyoko was mortally wounded. Which means Ibuki was still alive at the exact moment Hyoko was killed.
Don't underestimate the power of the evil eye!
Why is this guy fighting with me? Okay.
Is that it?
What if it's him
shepherd
then?
dressed in his Sunday's finest still reeks of lamb.
Does that mean you have a rebuttal?
Does that mean you have a rebuttal? That's a good one.
Alright, I'm gonna have to
But are
see
you
if I remember how to do this.
You're sure? If I show you how serious I am, this world might be destroyed, you know. You're so frightened you can't even make a sound. It seems you've realized our difference in status. However, the time for conviction starts now. You better entertain me to the fullest.
Alright, let's see if I can do this properly. I suck at this.
You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged to... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor. You can't step on blood that was never there.
There was blood on the floor.
See a nice nightmare. You're saying the blood on Ibuki's feet belonged... Ha! Impossible! Try to remember the crime scene. There was no blood on the floor.
What?
Allow me to cut through those words!
Got him. Well, that was easy.
That's not it. The reason there was no blood on the floor is because the killer wiped it away afterward.
Don't say such foolish things! You don't have proof of that at all!
Yes, I do. If you look closely, there's a streak on the floor where blood was wiped away.
When the killer tried to hide Hyoko's body, they probably cleaned the blood at the same time, but Ibuki must have already stepped in it. And the killer probably didn't even realize it.
The reason they wiped off the blood on the floor was so we'd mix up the order of the murders, right? Even if they're able to hide Hyoko's body, it'd be bad if her blood was left out in the open.
Plus, Ibuki's body was left out in the open, and it wasn't bleeding from any open wounds at all.
Hyoko's body was probably wrapped in duct tape to stop her bleeding. Actually, the bleeding will stop once the heart stops beating. So I don't think they had to go that far.
Aside from Mikon, none of us were aware of that fact. So the killer probably did not know it either.
Maybe the heater was running inside the music venue so it would
Rip
screw
your
with
way
Nikon's
through.
autopsy?
Ibuki?
That's right! I didn't know the time of death because of the heater!
The time of death wasn't mentioned in the Monokuma file just to keep concrete evidence from us.
Yep. Since we have all this evidence, there's no one else who wants to object, right? Then it's decided. Hyoko was killed before Ibuki.
It appears that it
Okay.
is wiser to retreat for now. Fine then. But regardless of good or evil, there's no deceit in upholding one's conviction.
Can't you just shut up and back off?
Now then, let us resume our debate.
Wait a sec. There's something I want to run by Monokuma first.
Huh? Again? Didn't something like this happen last time, too?
Hey, if the victim actually committed suicide, what are we supposed to do?
Whoa, relax
The same
there.
as always. You have to vote for who the killer is. Think about it. A suicide means you've killed the most important existence of all, yourself. Unfortunately, that means there's no Blacken to punish, but I guess in a pinch, I can always punish Monami.
Nagito? What do you mean? If the victim actually committed suicide?
Well, I mean, I understand Hyoko's death, but I'm wondering if Ibuki was really murdered. For example, it's possible Ibuki killed Hyoko and then committed suicide due to a guilty conscience, right?
True.
That's totally impossible. Then she never would have killed her to begin with.
She was afflicted by the despair disease, remember? That means anything can happen.
But she definitely wasn't in the sort of state where she felt like murdering people, I don't think.
But if Ibuki's the killer, she wouldn't have been able to falsify the sequence of the murders, right? After Hajime saw the hanged body, the sudden appearance of Hiyoko's body soon after means the killer had to be alive at that time.
Then she was alive. When Hajime first discovered Ibuki, she was just pretending to be dead. If she waited until Hajime left, that's when she could have made her move and mess with the crime scene.
She hanged herself, remember? There's no fucking way she could have faked that.
And if she was going to fake her death, I think she wouldn't have chosen hanging. Her body would have been defenseless in that state. If anyone touched her, that alone would have ruined her plan.
There's no doubt that someone killed those two. I'm glad. Now I'm free to search for the killer.
So we're establishing that Ibuki did not commit suicide then.
What the heck?
Okay.
There's still one more issue on my mind. If Ibuki didn't commit suicide, then just what was that video Hajime saw? According to that video you saw, Ibuki was by herself when she climbed the stepladder, right? Then does that mean someone forced her to do it?
Forced? Perhaps they used hypnotism or something?
I don't know anything about that.
Don't say it all proud.
Putting that aside, it seems obvious that the killer did something. So, maybe we should figure out who was able to do whatever that was.
So, an alibi. Then our plan is to destroy the weakest alibi. Since Hajime has seen the video, it is clear what time the crime took place.
But just to be sure, that surveillance camera doesn't have a record function, right?
It's a cheap-ass surveillance camera, you know? There's no way it'd have some kind of sweet recording feature.
Then, the video Hajime saw was actually right?
What time did Hajime see that video?
I saw it at the hospital, right before Monokuma's morning announcement, and I saw the body at the music venue a little after Monokuma's announcement.
So Ibuki hanged herself right before Monokuma's announcement. And since we established that Hiyoko was killed before Ibuki, that means the time that the murders occurred was before and during the announcement.
Then, we just have to find the person who doesn't have an alibi during that time?
Now then, I shall issue my decree. Let Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi commence.
Wouldn't that be her? And not Leon, sorry. Not Leon. What's his name? That guy. That guy right there. Kazuichi. There we go. I just need a
If
hint.
nobody has an alibi,
I don't
then
know what the answer is.
Operation Destroy the Weakest.
My own cottage.
That's not an alibi.
Aside from those afflicted by the disease, if nobody has an alibi, then
Oh
No, that's wrong.
it's wrong that nobody has an alibi. Someone has. Okay. That's so stupid. Man.
Hold on. Not all of us are missing an alibi. In fact, Mikan and I both have alibis.
There we go. Let's go.
you two have alibis.
Let's go.
Up until I saw that hanging video, Mikan and I were actually together for a while.
We even woke up together that morning.
Hey, what kind of situation is that?
I accidentally fell asleep on top of Hajime. Too much info.
Yeah, it's not like that. She just came to tell me Nagato's condition had improved.
And we went to the hospital together afterward. So we were together until right before the announcement.
Hey.
I get it. You guys
Get
have
it.
alibis.
If that's the case, the killer must be someone else.
It's better if we think about it like that. The killer decided to falsify the murder sequence to hide the actual time of the crime anyway.
So it's inevitable that an alibi for both before and during the morning announcement would be very important.
It feels like Operation Destroy the Weakest Alibi has backed us into a corner instead.
But committing an imitation murder, is that really all it was? Faking the time the crime occurred by falsifying the murder sequence, hiding their alibi in the process? Was that the only reason the killer made both bodies imitate the movie?
Are you saying there was another reason?
I feel really bad for confusing you guys so much, but that's how I feel. I think the killer had a completely different reason for falsifying the murder sequence.
Killer had a different reason? If that's the case, are we still in the killer's trap? Inside a trap set by one of us? If so, then whose and what kind of trap is it? Uh-oh. Oh, we're in the middle. Little break here.
Hiya!
Well, hello there, Monami. The moss balls sure look tasty today. Stop it! Don't characterize me as someone who lives off of moss balls. And here's some chance time. Huh? What's that? Now then, Monami's appeal time starts now. Huh? Appeal time? Your kind-hearted big brother is gonna give you the chance to reclaim your honor. Good luck. Show those jerks who treat you like a red-headed stepchild who's boss. That's 99% your fault. Well, you were whining. Your time's already running out, so please make your appeal simple. About 30,000 words or so. That's too long. It'll just be a boring appeal. Come on, if your appeal is successful, there might be merchandise opportunities heading your way. Oh, then I'm Usami, magical miracle girl Usami. I'm an itty-bitty girl who's sweet like milk. Jeez, and I thought a certain robot's little sister was supposed to be the best.
What a disappointment!
Who are you talking about? I have no clue whatsoever.